Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Jordan Young. It's a certified hood classic, no cap on God. We're going to catch up on some sneaker news stories that have come about during the week that was. Starting off with the Air Jordan 4 Black Cats. We had here yesterday an exclusive access event that ran the entire day, with pretty much the entire day affording one the opportunity to come up on these. This wasn't so much exclusive access as it was all access, exclusively given out to everybody that wanted a pair of these. I mean, I know you guys don't like the term bricks, but these bricked on exclusive access. This is like unprecedented. I mean, they went live first thing in the morning, around like 8 or 9 o'clock. I know because I checked the app, and then they went away, and then they came back, and then they sat around for most of the day, and now I think they're gone. So it's pretty safe to say that a few things have happened here. One, they have made a whole bunch of pairs. Stock is super high for this release, which is totally understandable. Nike want to capitalize on the hype of the pair from 2020. Totally get that. I think number two, it's a big month for sneaker releases. It's a big week for sneaker releases. Also had the Jordan 1 Low Chicago's drop, the Travis Scott's. There's a whole bunch of other cool stuff out there as well. So demand wasn't super high for this. And three, I think maybe people have been a little bit put off this shoe because of the viral squeaky videos that have been going around, with people obviously talking at length about this flaw. It's still a lovely shoe. Color, can't really go wrong. Arguably the best triple black sneaker of all time. They were 190 pounds. I did jump on the exclusive access to get a pair in hand to review them for you guys and see how they look and see how they sound. But yeah, this is an interesting one. Who would have thought in 2025 exclusive access for the Black Cat 4s would end up being snubbed by a lot of people out there? Go figure. Also, the Asics Hidden New York collaboration on the Gel DS. Good name for a sneaker there. The Trainer 14, the white and dawn colorway. These are sitting around on the DSM website here in the UK if you guys wanted to come up on these. Pretty nice pair, classic Asics Gel Hidden touches. There was another running collaboration that went down as well. This was a collaboration with a company called Bureau Bosch. It's on the On Running Cloud Flow 5 AD. There's a couple of colorways. There's an Obsidian Evergreen colorway, which looks pretty nice, and there's also a lighter colored pair as well. This pair here, the Hail and White. This was a pretty popular collaboration as well overseas, although yeah, obviously they're sitting over here. Also had the Nigo and Nike Air Force 3, the Bamboo Medium Brown. This is the Kintsugi colorway, which we spoke a little bit about last week. Kintsugi is that Japanese tradition where they repair broken ceramics in a way to sort of highlight the cracks and the breaks rather than mask over them, which is really cool. And these things, somewhat surprisingly, have pretty much sold out everywhere. There was a limited launch on the Nike Sneakers app, which sold out straight away. Very few pairs are remaining on the Dover Street Market website. So this is arguably the worst colorway of the Nigo Air Force 3 collab to date, but it's by far the most popularly received in that it's sold out. Maybe they just made very few pairs of these, I'm not sure. Maybe people out there really are feeling this colorway. These have been really well received, it seems. Joe Freshgoods back at it again with New Balance on the, check out this, man, just reads like a product code, the U2010 JG1 plaid. So I think this was the hand-me-downs collaboration or something like that. There's a couple of sizes floating around on Dover Street Market. It's a nice looking pair. Also had the District Vision New Balance SC Elite. So this is a collaboration with the running brand, I think, District Vision. Makes some pretty high-end running clobber. Some colorways and sizes still floating around in this particular collab. And then we also had the Air Jordan 10 Shadows, one of the best Jordan 10s of all time from a colorway perspective. Really good colorway for the winter months. These things are also sitting around in most places, and I fancy we'll probably end up hitting the sales a little bit further on down the line. So yeah, big week of releases, lots of variety, lots of cool stuff out there. Did you guys come up on anything? Feel free to let me know. All right, let's get into a little bit of news. And first up, let's talk a little bit about this story here. StockX have partnered with a company called Kalshi. Some of you guys out there can let me know what the pronunciation is on that. But basically, thanks to StockX's market data, you're now going to be able to trade collectibles and sneakers a little bit like stocks, a little bit like trading futures, or basically betting on what the prices are going to look like on certain items in the future. Now, for some of you finance bros or some of you traders out there that like to make money speculating on market volatility, this might be quite a cool thing. I mean, if you go over to the Kalshi websites, you can pretty much bet on anything and everything. They've got all sorts of themes, and I'm certainly not promoting this. I'm not into gambling. I'm not into that type of stuff, but you can pretty much bet on everything from who will run for the Republican presidential nomination in 2028, next pro football champion, from even down to like, will Trump release any of the Epstein files? There's heaps of stuff going on. But if you have a look at, say, for example, let's have a look at sneakers. Bro, you can bet on average sales price of the Asics Gel 1130 Black Pure Silver on StockX this month. Is it going to be over $100? Chance 96%. You can bank in there 97 cents, no 4 cents. I mean, you get the gist. So what is going on here? Obviously, in 2025, gambling is like taking over social media to a certain extent, with all of your favorite influencers or all of the big name players involving some kind of betting app in their content. There's a lot of money to be made in just promoting gambling stuff. And so, yeah, this is massive in 2025. And with the sneaker market or the sneaker resale market somewhat tanking, it's not overly surprising that a company like StockX, which is in possession of hordes of interesting market data, would partner with a company like Kalshi in order to bring about this collaboration of sorts, wherein you can bet on what the prices of certain shoes are doing. This probably would have been a little bit more interesting years ago, when there was a lot of excitement around the whole sneaker industry. This kind of feels like they're soaking up the remaining juices of the resale culture. But yeah, it's an interesting move. What do you guys think about this? Would you guys be interested in getting involved in betting on what the future of certain shoes or streetwear or collectibles looks like? Or is this an absolute shocker? Let me know. All right, let's get into some new sneakers. Nike officially unveils the Book 2. I haven't really had a close look at these up until this point here, so yeah, we're going to be getting a bit of a raw reaction here. So this is the shoe up top here. We've got a reference here to the Spiridon. After a standout run with the Book 1, a sneaker that sold out faster than the reimagined Bred 4s at All-Star Weekend, Nike and Devin Booker have returned to unveil the Book 2, taking design cues from the legendary Spiridon. Book 2 features a molded upper similar to the mesh upper of the beloved running shoe. Bro, am I tripping here? I'm sort of not really seeing it. Well, sort of. I don't know. Air Force One. Okay, beyond the Spiridon, the Book 2 takes design cues from the Air Force One, specifically on its outsole. Okay, the usual traction has been replaced with a new sun-dappled herringbone traction pattern as a nod to his years in the deserts. Okay, let's have a close-up here. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah, sort of. Cool. Let's move on. For Book 2, we wanted to trim the fat a little bit. Yeah, we wanted to make the shoe a little bit more sleek. The big thing for me was feeling the court more and being a little more lower to the ground. A lot more inspiration from classic shoes, but the one that comes to mind is the Spiridon. We'll be flipping some Spiridon colorways this year as well. Okay, cool. So yeah, there you go. There's the shoe. Technology includes the 4-foot Air Zoom unit, Cushlon 3.0 midsole, plush foam sock liner, modernized molded upper. Yeah, okay. So from this picture here, they look kind of nice. Yeah, not even gonna front. They look kind of nice. First colorway here, inspired by the desert in Phoenix. Yeah, got some apparel launching as well. alongside. So these are going to be available January 2026, Nike.com. What are you guys saying on the Book 2? It does look like a nice, simple progression. I mean, his first shoe was obviously very simple. This maintains that ethic, it would seem. They do look a little bit more sleek. Yeah, I kind of like them actually. I'm gonna say I like them. I like them in these colorways as well. An official look at the Gamma 11s. A lot of you guys out there, I'm sure, are gonna be gassed up for these. This is a bit of a hood classic. A lot of people out there may remember when these first came out back in 2013. A lot of hype around this shoe back in 2013. 2013 was a time where Jordan 11s were hype. They were it. People would wait all year for the Holiday 11 release, and yeah, this definitely captivated the streets in a big way. Some people have kind of moved on from 11s, myself included, in recent years, not finding them as enjoyable to wear as I used to. But this is still going to be a very tempting cop. Now, the release date info, December the 13th, are these going to sit and be available? I think so. They're going to be made in mass numbers, as the Holiday 11s are usually prone to being, and I just don't think the demands for these types of retros is high enough to see them selling out. So that's a fantastic thing if you did want to come up on a pair of these. Let's stay on the Air Jordan 11 for a minute. We're going to first look at the Jordan 11 Tokyo, and this particular shoe features a pretty cool detail on the tongue, including a goat motif or an embroidered goats. Let me get to it. There he is. Yeah, there's the goats. So yeah, I mean, he looks pretty cool. Looks like a sort of goat come bear. I don't know. He's got massive shoulders. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sort of looking at it properly. And some funky eyes as well, like cat eyes. Don't know what's going on with that. Milky outsole. Pretty nice detail. It's a clean colorway. Can't really speak bad of these at all. No specific release date info at the minute. Let's take a look at Westside Gunn's Saucony, which is releasing very soon actually, December the 4th, so just a couple of weeks away. I like these. I don't know, it's going to be one of those types of shoes that's either going to really fire you up or really put you off because they're so bright and they're so loud and they're so out there. I feel like if you're going to make a loud shoe, you might as well just go hard. Go full lime green, go vault, go neon, go pink, go orange, like just go crazy. You know, you could just as easily have designed these with like 2 or 3 weeks of dedicated craft, or you could have just designed these in the dark. That's kind of the impression I'm getting. These do look cool though. I'm not sure on how many pairs are going to be made. There are going to be some some in-person type stuff going on, but yeah, I kind of like them. You guys might have seen this debate creep up earlier on in the week. A little bit of discourse online between Wale, and there was also a I can't remember the name of the chick. Here she is, Sneaker Bay. Wear hooping sneakers with jeans. This was in reference or response to a post made by DJ Vlad. Ladies, what is the worst thing a man can do on a first date? Wear hooping sneakers with jeans. And then this guy said, I'll pull up to the dates like I'm Wale in the early 2010s. And then yeah, Wale basically got involved saying foams with jeans is a staple. And yeah, Sneaker Bay, no disrespect to her, she's got her preferences, as we all do. But yeah, this got the whole debate sort of going around the validity of wearing performance basketball shoes with jeans in 2025. As we know, Wale has been that guy over the years, going all the way back to the Foamposite days in the early 2010s and beyond. He's sort of repopularized it last year, wearing the AE1s in a whole bunch of casual fits. He's been going hard this year in the GT Futures. I feel like we're getting back to a point in time where wearing jeans and hoop shoes isn't necessarily like a trend again, but it's almost going to become a trend in the next year or two, I feel, as we kind of go through the timeline, or we recycle the timeline with trends. Right now we're in the Y2K era. It's only a matter of time before we jump into the early 2010 era, and then the Hypebeast era comes circling back again. Like, it's only a matter of time. So obviously it's down to your own personal preference. If you're someone like me and you're in your 40s, you're probably not wearing hoop shoes with jeans just out of the sheer discomfort that one has to endure. Probably going to be reaching for a pair of New Balance or a pair of Asics, or maybe even just a pair of like slides over some Shea 1s or some AE2s or something like that. But yeah, what do you guys think? Hoop shoes, jeans, are you rocking with it? Let me know. All right, some news for you guys that might have been interested in this shoe. It's the Zellerfeld Air Max 95,000. There's going to be a drop on the SNKRS app as well as on the Zellerfeld website. So on the Zellerfeld website, the raffle entries open November the 24th, and then SNKRS is the November 28th release, and winners are going to be notified the same day across both platforms. Very cool shoe. I'm a big fan of what Zellerfeld are up to. I think they're disrupting the space in a really creative way. I like the design, I like the fit, I like the feel of these. I didn't get my hands on a pair of these, which released exclusively at ComplexCon, but yeah, I'd like to try at least to get my hands on a pair of these. They've been very limited so far, all of the releases, which is understandable given they're just sort of launching this stuff. Hopefully they can make them a little bit more accessible to those that want to cop as time progresses. Awake New York, following up its massively successful collaboration this year with Jumpman on the Jordan 5, is apparently set to drop an Air Jordan 6 collab next year. The colorways, we don't have much to go on. We just have these speculative mock-ups. This is kind of the theme that we're expecting to see. And you might be looking at this thinking, are we detecting a recipe here that's going to be made somewhat mundane thanks to some oversaturation? Are they going down the Ama Maniere route? Another debate that's popped up this week on the sneaker channels, on the sneaker chats, in the forums, with the Air Force One mids the preferred cut at one point. Apparently, there was a time when mid-cut forces were the preferred cut. How we was wearing them, unstrapped with huge jeans. Look, for me personally, mid forces were never it. High top forces, I think, had a moment. Do you guys remember the Ricardo Tisci joints? They were kind of hype for a while. I feel like bro is, speaking for himself and maybe his own crew in his own village. What do you guys think? I'm not saying no one was rocking mids at all, but in terms of them being a wave or a thing or like the preferred cuts, I don't know. I always felt like it was either the low tops or the high tops, but yeah, I could be wrong. What say you? Right, some people out there might have been thinking, what happens to the surgeon, the shoe surgeon, Dominique Ciambrone? We haven't really been seeing as much of him in more recent times after his very famous lawsuits with Nike, but he's teamed up with Adidas on a custom Samba built straight from the 2026 World Cup ball. So it uses cut up Trionda panels across the upper, and it's going to be releasing apparently exclusively through Dick's Sporting Goods. So yeah, these are pretty fire, man. Like, for everything said about the bro, yeah, you can't deny he has some talent, man. He has some skill. These are pretty fire. And if these were to come out like in this fashion, like, can you imagine if they sort of mass produce these? I feel, actually, I don't know. Maybe not. A very cool pair of clot Bape Adidas superstars here. Photos thanks to the bro Andy AD Sneaks. Crazy images as always. These things look super cool, man. These things look hard. Nice quality looking material. Got the rugged outsole, a little bit of a platform on it. Materials look good. Bro, these are fire. This video was pretty funny, where you've got Salehi Bambury checking out fake versions of the Crocs Pollex at a knockoff market. Where is this? In the Philippines. People might cringe up, but I guess for people like Salehi or anybody that designs shoes, this is actually a sign that you've made it. This is a sign that your products are valid, that they're hitting, that they're important enough to be knocked off. And you can sort of see the low-key joy in his face at almost seeing knockoffs of his own stuff. The Soulfly raffle for the Jordan 3s is set to go live on December the 2nd. So if you guys were trying to come up on these, keep an eye on Soulfly socials as well as their website for raffle details. Nice shoe, very clean. I'm not sure what the release situation is looking like here in the UK. Also got some updated info regarding the Jordan 4 Flight Clubs, which are supposedly going to be releasing early in the new year on January the 17th. Jordan Brands apparently is going to be bringing back the face box. We've already seen this year actually. I can't remember on which pair it was, but they did have a little stealthy face box going on one of the more recent retros. And yeah, this is obviously part of the Let's Bring Back the Old Stuff campaign. You know, we're bringing back the old shoes, we're bringing back the old boxes, we're bringing back, you know, all the old stuff except the old prices. Kobe 8's Protro Mamba Curial, one of the best Kobe 8 colorways ever. It's apparently going to be coming back next year for the World Cup. Makes total sense. This is an iconic shoe. If you guys know, you know. Very cool retro to see coming back next year. Seen the Virgil Abloh archives, Air Jordan 1 High Alaska on feet, set to go down spring next year, $195. Bro, these are looking nigh on identical to the old 2017s. They look so clean though. You know, if you know this shoe, you know. It's a clean shoe, beautiful colorway, but they won't look like this for long unless you are incredibly fastidious in your maintenance schedule and all about avoiding all manner of spillages. I mean, I can't imagine the anxiety one would feel wearing these whilst simultaneously drinking some type of coffee with other people drinking coffee at the same time, and or red wine. Rightio, let's talk about some of the sneakers releasing this week. Today, November the 22nd, you've got the Jordan 11s. These would have been and gone by the time of posting here. You got the Atlanta, the Las Vegas colorway. Also got the West NYC Clarks, as well as the Champagne and Oysters Kobe EM Chinas. You've also got the Houston 11s as well. Big day for releases today. As for what's coming up this week, you've got the Dios Superstar XLG Black, the Hibiscus Puma Halley 1s. A lot of people are going to be interested to get those out on the court and try them out. A couple of colorways of the New Balance Absorb 2000s, a couple of really nice colorways there. November the 27th, the Oregon Air Force One Ducks of a Feather, the two different colorways. I think that release is going down Black Friday on GOATs. And then obviously the release of the week, arguably, although they've already bricked once on exclusive access, the Jordan 4 Black Cats. Who would have thought a few years ago, if you'd said the Black Cats would brick in 2025, no one would believe you, especially when they were paying a rack for these. You've also got the Lego Dunks and then the Kith Kids collab. And then, like I said before, you've got the November the 28th Sneakers app release of the Zellerfeld 95,000s. The Zellerfeld website raffle is going down on November the 24th. And there is still an open question as to whether or not those Chase B Jumpman Jacks are coming out. And you've also got the Krampus SBs next week as well. I don't think those Chase Bs are set to drop this month, though. I wouldn't have thought so. Maybe they'll do something on surprise. But yeah, anyway, that is it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Do me a favor, like the video before you bounce. Go and give me a follow over on IG and subscribe to my second channel. I'd love for you guys to support me over there as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.